Hope this is the last live session for the 2025.
Yep. It's pretty much last. Okay. So, everyone can hear me, everyone can see me.
Yes, and yes, and yes.
Thank you.
Loud and
Everyone
clear.
else, good afternoon.
Hello, Thomas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you. Good afternoon. What about the other people? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Thomas.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Thomas.
Hello. Okay. Let's start today by entering a Bitcoin short. Another one. You can see my trading view in MetaTrader, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I just entered a sell order on Bitcoin. And gonna wait with NASDAQ. And on gold, not gonna do anything because I have 2 free open positions anyway. Two free open positions.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's see. 72 people. Let's try again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Hello.
Thomas.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and welcome back, guys. Today is 18th of December, the last live session of 2025, the last important macroeconomic data of 2005, and the last working day for me. Today we have CPI, which has been widely followed by every trader in the world in the last 5 years because the increasing inflation and interest rate gave space for the importance of CPI. As I explained in the morning briefing for the members, because we have already done our analysis, so we already prepared for the CPI trade today. As I already explained, with the increase of inflation, interest rate came back into play in the last 4 years. And since the Fed has reached or almost reached its target of 2%, the importance of inflation did not weaken. It's still important because the Fed still has a dual mandate of price stability and full employment. This is why I chose this data to be the last of the sessions for 2025. Everyone familiar with CPI?
Yep.
Okay. LRS says start analysis, please. We already done it, babe. We've done it already. So, CPI, Consumer Price Index, is a measure of inflation. It's not the preferred measure of the Fed. That's what they communicate, but I think they do look at it very, very closely because they look at every single inflation measure that they can, because the more the merrier. No, that's the Christmas party. The bigger the better. No, that's something else. Anyway, so they do look at it, I think. CPI measures the change in price of goods and services at a consumer level, so i.e. households. Today is expected on the headline side, which is the headline CPI is the normal CPI. Core CPI is the one with which excludes food and energy. Headline is expected to increase with a 0.1%, and core CPI expected to stay the same year on year and increase 0.1% month on month. And as you know, last month there was no CPI published, and apparently some news on the internet circulating that they are going to merge together the October and November data. But I think it's not going to happen. So, we already done the full analysis. Before we move on, I would like to highlight the importance of the 75% deposit bonus offered by Forex. Now, this is not a life. So this bonus, this promotion has a time limit, and I think it's only a few weeks. So if you want to start the year with 75% added to your account as a margin, so if you want to get some free money, then don't take your time, hurry, because this one is going to run out very soon. For example, if you deposit $3,000, you get $2,250. Bear in mind, you don't have to stay with this broker. You can withdraw your money at any time, and there are no strings attached. This is the beauty of it. It's a reliable broker, and they're giving away free money. And the reason why I'm promoting, because I'm using ForexC as well, and for 5 years now, nothing issue with ForexC. These are one of the best brokers, and this year they won the best customer service award at a prestigious financial ceremony. So if you want $2,250 for free, make sure you hurry up, because this promotion won't last for more. Link below the video. So looking at the chart, you can see that price is consolidating just below the previous all-time high. But still, looking at a bigger picture, you can see that price is still bullish. And depending on the outcome of the CPI, price could either break out from this consolidation, wiping through the previous all-time high and wiping out all the liquidity above. Imagine how many stop losses are sitting just above the previous all-time high. Or the other side of the story, or the other probability, if we have a strong CPI data, then gold can easily move back down to 4,200. Which one is it going to be? It is totally data dependent, and as right now the market is pushing down gold price, and price is below the daily and the weekly pivot, so it's quite unclear what's going to happen. The market structure is still constructive on gold and trades around $4,315, consolidating just below the previous all-time high, which is a very strong resistance. The broader bullish channel remains intact. Price action suggests consolidating and not distribution. And US CPI today is going to be the data which will determine the direction for gold. As always, CPI is a very simple data to trade, and just to give you an idea that how many CPIs I traded, this is not the full amount, so this is only 5 years worth of data. I started this chart 5 years ago, recording every single CPI I traded. I think I started when I started live trading. So 5 years now I've been doing live trading, and every single CPI was live traded, more or less, maybe a few missed, but you can see how notorious I am. Smart Mampara says sell gold. Well, what is the reasoning behind it? What is the cost to join the team? Just a Budweiser Light. Or no, Red Stripe. Yeah, Red Stripe. You buy me a Red Stripe, you join the team. There you go. There's a discount link in the YouTube chat for Ryan. Use this one. Usually it's about £599, but today I feel generous because Christmas is coming. So when we look at the last few data releases of CPI, or if you look at the whole, there's only 1 or 2 cases when the market reacted in a very different way compared to the other data releases. And usually the last 3 years, since inflation started to go up, gold always reacted the same way to inflation data as before. Only the weekend of October 7th attack in Israel, that was the only Friday, the only weekend, the only CPI when gold didn't react the same way. But it wasn't actually CPI, it was NFP and not CPI. Other than that, there was only 2 times, when gold didn't care about the actual CPI number and moved completely the opposite direction. So the relationship or the dynamics between gold and CPI right now is very straightforward. When we have a weak CPI, i.e. 2.5, 2.7, 2.8%, that should push up gold into new territories or new all-time high. But if we have a very strong CPI today, well above 3%, 3.3, 3.4%, that's going to be a problem, because in that case, gold will push down back to 4,200. There you go. These are the two scenarios, the two probabilities. There are more probabilities, but these are the ones I'm going to trade. I'm not going to trade an inline with expectation CPI. Well, I'm not planning to trade an inline with expectation CPI, but anything is possible. I make easy money, or it's easier to make money when you trade the extremes. So let's say if there's a shock or a surprise to the market. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Do I have my long from 41? Let's have a look. I thought you see my trading view. My MetaTrader, sorry. Yeah. Let's see, 41. Yeah, I do have it. I do have all the longs. It's running in minus 200. Hello, Dorothy.
Hi.
It's minus 250 pips. But I'm using only small lots, so it's not a problem. This is why risk management is important. Okay. And now we're going to wait for CPI. Would you care for some music? The fuck of music is this? Genre, trap, Latin, folk. Are you guys ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
Nope.
Do you gift to each other? Like family, in between family?
Yep.
Only receive gifts.
It depends. If there's any money.
True. We weren't giving gifts for many years with my wife. Within family. Only things that you can drink or eat. That was the deal. But now that we have a son, we decided to bring back the gifting, you know, to just so we can learn what is it like to receive and to give. Am I buying? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for the actual CPI data, but if you look at my trading view, you can see that I'm in strong buys. Selling Bitcoin, buying gold, but with very, very limited risk. So the current P&L is a negative £1,000. So I'm gonna draw down, which is part of the game.
We're going to have EU interest rate less than 30 seconds.
Exciting.
Indeed.
What do you think? They will change it?
Nope. Inflation is 2.1%.
There's a high probability they will change because they go ahead the recession is coming. They didn't change.
Yep, because inflation high.
NASDAQ 100, asked by Keith Maduna. Come to the VIP. I already gave my view on NASDAQ.
Even that England was decreased the interest rate today.
Did they increase interest rate?
Decrease.
Decrease, yeah.
Yep.
They had to because the economy is in deep poo-poo.
Yep. But inflation was too bad, if I remember right.
What was the inflation? Sorry.
I think the inflation was last time 3% or something like that. It was pretty high.
They have a lot of problems in the UK. It's not
Yep.
the UK it used to be. There's no Mary Poppins and Benny Hill anymore there.
Indeed. No, usually there was bigger country too. But now
Benny
they
Hill,
are
stop.
but
And
now
you-
they are just in island, one big island.
And I used to love to watch Benny Hill.
Indeed, it was good.
Yeah.
Do you know how kids know that the Santa Claus is coming and it's Christmas? They have the anti-terrorist bollards set up around the market.
That's good.
Terrible, isn't it? Another
Terrible.
one.
It's bad.
It's bad, man.
Seriously. They need a strong prime minister. Because what's going on in the UK is ridiculous.
It's not even just UK, it's everywhere.
France,
Yeah.
Germany, they all lost. Like, made
But mostly Western Europe, yeah. But Center and East at
the
most.
problem is,
so,
with being totally fair, unfortunately they let so many people in, the bad people who's causing trouble, and it's difficult. It just doesn't work. Simply doesn't work. Multiculturalism works when everyone is at the same level. But if you invite in people with no culture, with people who never got experienced, these kind of things, you come from, and it's difficult to express myself, but you just can't mix everyone together. I have to be on the same level.
I think you have that in New Zealand, right? If you don't have certain education level, you won't. They will check your before you enter.
For God's
Zealand.
sake, in Sweden, they had to teach people who came into the country not to rape women because it was accepted in their culture. How the fish
Ridiculous. I hate that.
would anyone let people in when they have to explain to them, like, no, you can't touch a woman on the street. That's not yours. She's not yours. Insane. And they were doing that song like about the private parts, trying to teach newly arrived man, like, no, you can't touch women. It's like ridiculous.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, but let's focus
How
what
much-
we are best at. Is the
How much
CPI.
you live in the city or you live outside?
I live in Pipland.
It's like
It's a city
outside of-
and it's countryside at the same time.
little bit more relaxed then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How's your back doing, Thomas?
Shit. I went to Lidl with the wife. I needed assistance. Honestly. I took a pill, now it's okay, but I can't take pills every day. I don't know why people are so fixated. Like, are you in a buy and sells? I'm with Sebastian. Join the team and you will find out. We're already in a position in a sitting position right now. But okay, let's help the people because they are desperate. So let me lower the music. Good afternoon, Habibis, and welcome back. Today is 18th of December, Thursday. It is the very last important macroeconomic data release today, which is going to be CPI. It is the very last of my working day of 2025. So last CPI, last important data, last working day. CPI, as you all know, it's a consumer price index which measures the change in price of goods and services at a consumer level. I'm trading CPI for 12 years now, and I documented the last 5 years, as you can see on the screen. Like every single CPI which I traded, I documented it. So I can confidently say a few things about CPI, believe it or not. Last month there was no CPI data release, so this is why today is going to be super exciting, considering that the NFP was a massive miss for last month, minus 100,000, Jesus Christ. So, relationship between gold prices and CPI, essentially the same all the time in the current market conditions when we have inflation, or we had inflation. And yes, I'm in a buy position, as you can see on the screen. And actually, do I want to enter into a buy? Yeah, I enter into another buy. But I'm going to hold a tight stop loss. Let's move back. So, you can see that gold is pushing up in a very nice upward ascending channel. It hasn't broke for a long time. Gold trades around $4,323. And the broader bullish channel remains intact. Price action suggests consolidation and not distribution. Now, US CPI today is the key event, as you all know, with real yields and USD direction likely to determine the next impulse. So we don't just watch CPI, we watch yields and the dollar strength as well. But what I see on the fixed income market is that they're expecting, since US Treasury yields on the short end decreased to 3.4 and 9%, fixed income market is expecting softer CPI data print. This is why I'm in a buy. The market sentiment remains constructively bullish for the last 4.5 months, supported by the softer labor data and cautious Fed messaging. What it means is the labor market is an absolute shizzle, so the Fed has to cut interest. They had to cut interest rate last time, and most likely they will cut another interest rate in the next 6 months. So everything is in favor for gold longs, but it doesn't mean it's going to go up. What you need to know about CPI, and this is the important part, is the relationship and the dynamics. If you have a weak CPI today, then anything below 3% is considered very weak, and I'm playing only the extremes. I'm not going to trade the in line with expectation, most likely. I'm playing the extremes. So if we have a CPI which is significantly weaker, so below 3%, gold will shoot up, right? Do you know what's the dynamics behind it?
More rate cuts.
Exactly. So a soft CPI or downside surprise, so anything below 3%, reinforces the disinflation narrative, yields going to fall, and gold will break to the upside. This is the relationship if you have a soft CPI or weak CPI. On the other hand, if you have a strong CPI, which is an upside surprise, but it's upside because CPI is higher, but it's going to be downside for gold. An upside surprise means that yields will spike. These are the yields I'm talking about, the global yields, but especially in the US. So yields will spike. The US dollar is going to strengthen because investors will rush to buy US government bonds, and that is why gold will sell off. Easy, right? Simple.
Yep.
It is when you understand it.
Yeah, once you learn it, it's going to be like kids play. And I think in the team, those who traded all of these CPIs with me, it's child's play. So we have 5 minutes left until CPI. I do have quite a few open positions. I haven't taken profit for 2 or 3 days. I have all the entries for the whole week. So either I'm gonna cash out big today, or the whole week's worth of work is going down the drain. It's not a good odds, is it? Shit. I should have considered. Should have think about this earlier. Do I close down the big profits before CPI, or let everything go down the drain if it doesn't work out well? Well, you got to risk it to get the biscuit in it.
Yep.
You know what I do in that time? If you've got big profits,
What?
is I take the profit and re-enter, and you just basically risk what your profit was. But at least you would have taken it, you know?
Yeah, it's a matter of psychology because
yeah.
you get another entry price level, and that's for me. It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work with me either.
But it makes sense.
Now that I thought it through, basically, I entered a position, I think Monday or Tuesday. So the whole week's profit, I didn't take it, and I waited until CPI. It wasn't a wise decision, was it?
Indeed.
And I realized, shit, it's the last working day of the year. So if I screw this up, there's no. Oh, wow.
No Christmas.
Leaving it on the table. Aye.
How controlled you are is amazing. Yeah, I mean, there's no point stressing on it. The money I risk, I can afford to lose. It's not ideal, but you know, once you reach a stage, it becomes natural, automatic. Like, need to find an entry. What's the market sentiment? Blah, blah, blah. You do the same things every day. You lose, you win. But if you control risk, doesn't matter. If I lose 10 times, I can win back with one single trade. It's mathematics. Simple.
Yep.
Okay. How many minutes, Jonar?
2 minutes and 34 seconds.
2 minutes.
Thomas, but I think the fact that you entered into a Bitcoin trade, your last important event will be tomorrow Bank of Japan rate of interest, because that will determine your Bitcoin position.
No, I won't be trading tomorrow. I have too many things before Christmas. I closed down everything tonight, most likely.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Last trade of the year. CPI. If CPI comes out today weaker than expected, gold will create a new all-time high, wiping out all the short sellers, and it will be a huge short squeeze. You can see on the chart the red line is the previous all-time high. It is at 4,380. Imagine how many stop losses sitting above, and we are literally 200-300 pips away. My bet is CPI will come out softer than expected, and price will burst through the previous all-time high level, wiping out all the short sellers. Of course, this is only going to happen if we have weaker than expected inflation. On the other hand, if we have stronger than expected CPI, everything will go down the drain, including my profits, and I will be wiped out from all the positions. Which one is going to be? We will find out within 1 minute. Thank you so much. This is the last important economic event of 2025. This is my last working day of 2025. Go and get deposit from ForexC. It's 75%, $2,250, the maximum you can get. Also, if you want to join the AlphaFX community, go to alphafx.eu to get full macroeconomic analysis every single day. Live morning briefings and live trading. We got 30 seconds to go. What is it going to be? Weaker or stronger CPI? What do you think?
I think weaker.
Yeah, it should be weaker, but I don't know why. I have my doubts.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. You know what's coming? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. CPI is out now. And gold is pushing up. Let's see. CPI is significantly weaker than expected. We are in balls deep profit. Ladies and gentlemen, the last CPI trade of the year is going very, very far well today. I'm gonna put everything into break even. All the stop losses at the lower levels. I'm going to wait. Let's have a look. CPI year on year came out 2.6%, which is unbelievable. Gold should be an easy win for a new all-time high. CPI year on year 2.7%, significantly lower than expected. This is not in line with expectation. Let's have a look. So according to this, we're going to see a new all-time high very, very soon. Now it's up to the market. I'm gonna put stop loss here. And there was no boom. Was there any other data release?
Jobless claims, but doesn't matter.
Jobless in Philadelphia.
No, jobless was quite low as well. But there's nothing. No. Manufacturing index Philadelphia was very negative as well, so that's good for gold.
Inflation is down, unemployment is up. This is 100% markets incoming. So yes, gold should fly up. It's a matter of time.
Exactly. According to our analysis, it's not just my analysis anymore, because like Visa is a very well respected, smart trader. He said the same thing as I did, so it's our analysis now. The data is brilliant. I mean, we now. When was the last time that CPI was 2.7%?
Long time ago. Maybe not.
You should see gold bursting through the all-time high. And nothing. That's very peculiar. Something is wrong. Something is not right.
Hi, Thomas. Is the market waiting for the October records?
Can you repeat? I can barely hear you.
He was asking about October CPI. It was cancelled. We only have the November one.
Yeah. What's about it?
No, you mentioned earlier that it might come out together with the current record.
No, it wasn't. So I thought, because Kai posted something. Kai posted something in general chat.
Okay.
Read that.
Sure.
Come on. Last CPI of the year, I was expecting like fireworks and, you know, loud music, big money, and nothing. It's very disappointing.
And the numbers are awesome.
The numbers are brilliant. I mean, mate, this is... I think J. Powell is already jerking off in front of the screen to these numbers. Like, oh yeah, I did the job. Inflation is down. Okay, still. Price can still create a new all-time high. Maybe just need some.
It's firing the daily pivot.
Luis, ¿cómo estás?
Todo bien. How are you?
Muy bien.
Perfect. You got it.
Okay, gold is pushing up slowly but surely. I think this is going to be our day to end the year right. New all-time high incoming very soon. Just need to stay patient. Who's in profit?
Me.
Good.
Me. Little profit.
Oh, ça va, Theory.
Oui, ça va, ça va. Merci. Et toi?
Enchanté.
Enchanté, yes. Nice to meet you.
Yep, and gold is pushing up, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up very, very soon.
Maybe New York Open.
Yeah, this should be a very good opportunity to make money. Now, those of you asking how to join the AlphaFX community to get this level of high quality analysis with such a high win rate, you can go to alphafx.eu to sign up, which is my website. You can read about me. I'm an economist and former fixed income and cash equities trader. Used to work for hedge funds and banks as a risk manager and trader. And you can choose between the current plans of £59 per month. And by the way, this will go up to £99 per month. And I will end this quarterly, and it will be only monthly or lifetime. So £99 lifetime and £600 lifetime. But if you look into your YouTube chat, there's a message pinned. You can join the community for £199 in the next 30 minutes. Okay, finally, a good comment. Let's read it up. So, Big Dog Lots says lower CPI reduces inflation pressure and can support dollar if traders think the Fed can stay patient rather than rush into cuts, which is usually bearish for gold, especially when combined with firm job creation. Maybe that's what you meant. The problem is that there is no job creation in the US right now. And there is actually job destruction in the US. So if you looked at the last 3 months worth of payrolls data, ADP data, Joe's job creation, I would ignore it because that's misleading. But if you looked at the, these numbers or the jobless claims, there is a job destruction going on the US right now because of AI. So I agree with the first half of your sentence, of your statement, that if lower CPI reduces inflation pressure, yes, because there's no point for the Fed to cut interest rate. They have a dual mandate of price stability and full employment, and if there is no inflation, they don't have to worry about it. So inflation or interest rate stays where it is. But because of the other half of the dual mandate, I think the first one would be ignored.
Yeah, because the jobless was 4.6. It was like 0.5%.
But even if you look at dollar, the immediate reaction of the market was sell the dollar, and yields. So it was weak for the dollar. It was weak on the yields. So the dynamic stayed exactly the same as it was in the last. 4 years. So big dog lots. So if you look at this chart, this is the market dynamics for the last 5 years, and gold behaved exactly the same way as it did for the last 4 years or 5 years. Now is the question that when is it going to start to pump? Because it will most likely create a new all-time high today. And I really, really want to see these kind of comments. Oh, I hate these. Underlying US inflation rises. Bloomberg, first line. Underlying US inflation rises in November from a year earlier at the slowest pace. Honestly,
now they're giving us a pretty nasty top wick on the 4 hour. Okay, so the whole candle ran around 40 pips. All right, very nice. Okay, and you can see now what they're giving us. We can also notice that the DXY is getting a
Jacques Christopher, are you cheating on me?
Dow's running pretty nice.
Jacques Christopher, are you cheating on me? Oh, goodbye. Can't believe. So, yeah, I'm gonna stay into the buys, which is going very, very well.
We're trading above daily pivot, and if we get this closure, it's really good.
Yep. I can move the stop loss here. Another stop loss here.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all.
Hey, jiggle my balls. Yeah, new all-time high incoming, guys. Hopefully. Gold is ripping. Well, big dog lots. Thank you for your constructive comment and question. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Andre just confirmed that the deposit bonus of 75% is second week of January when they end. So hurry up because it's only a few weeks left. Make some money, get some money, and use it to your advantage. I mean, imagine if you have $2,000 on your account. If you would have risked $2,000 today on this pump, which is currently 126 pips. If you would have risked it, you could have made good money today. Habibi, what do you think Paul is thinking right now? Well, if Powell looked at the inflation today of 2.7%, probably he got a massive amount of body lotion and just jerking off in front of the screen. It's a big win for him because he won't be here next year. So he can leave his position with the job done. And I think for a man...
Well, he will be here because he have another year of
in May was
just
the
as
change.
A Fed border, not as chairman.
But wasn't in May it extends the...
Yeah, but as a chairman, he won't be here. I think he will be replaced next year. Well, no?
Yeah.
Either Trump's going to remove him.
But I mean, Powell have next year is last year. In May they should have the change.
According to my last information, he won't be here next year. But anyway,
okay.
I hope someone's going to take over because he was just way too cautious for my liking. Okay, gold is pushing up, 145 pips profit. Very nice. Who's in profit, who's in loss, who's in break even?
I have runner.
I love Bloomberg was saying like US inflation increased in November at the slowest pace. That was very misleading. Financial Times is more to the point. US inflation unexpectedly falls. There's a huge difference in wording, isn't it?
Index and BTC should go up also, right?
Oh, fuck! I need to close down my Bitcoin. You're right. On indices, I'm bearish on indices.
Okay, so this can be just a retest for another sell-off.
Yeah, it depends on the mood of investors.
The sentiment lately has been a sell-off, yeah. So
big sell-off.
Might as well just stick with gold.
Yeah, but I'm fully negative, fully bearish on NASDAQ. You can see that it's still holding this beautiful bearish market structure. I would start selling somewhere around here.
Pre-market is very green on NASDAQ.
Yeah, but it can change in a minute as soon as it opens, doesn't it?
Not when these numbers are this big. We got Tesla 2.5.
Oh, we've been here before.
Googed 1.5. Usually there's some kind of underlying negative. These are all heavy green for pre-market is pretty abnormally big.
We've been here before, haven't we?
Yep. Anything could happen.
And the market turned within 10 minutes. No, I'm bearish on indices, but the Bitcoin just doesn't look good.
And NASDAQ going up.
Yeah, it is, but it's still within the range. Kurwa. No, I'm gonna stick to my positions. Sell Bitcoin, sell NASDAQ. In fact, I'm gonna enter a NASDAQ short just to screw up my last day. Yeah, it's on the screen. Just entered now. Okay. Gold is bumping very nicely. It should be the ultimate winner. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say goodbye and go on my well-deserved 3-week-long holiday.
Thanks so much for the amazing year. And yeah, have a Merry Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas. It was a wonderful year with all of you. Next year, I have some big plans. Next year, we're going to make more money. But this year was fantastic, especially the last 4 months. I mean, profit after profit after profit. And who is here? Brad the lad. Did I just see his ball?
Brad's
fade?
back. Brad.
The legend.
The myth, the legend. He has no audio though.
Brad.
Come on, you pig.
Come on, come on!
Classic.
Yeah. Yeah. Love you too, Francisca. Message me after the stream.
Then for all time.
Just kidding, just kidding. Thank you so much, guys. Merry Christmas.
Get up!
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas,
I was
Tama.
leaving.
And thank you for
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Have
Merry
a good
Christmas.
end of the
Thank
year.
you, Thomas. Merry Christmas.
Bye. This is the
Bye.
Alpha Max.
bye-bye. Have a good holiday.
Bye.
So thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. Once again, if you want to join the Alpha FX community, there is a discount link in the YouTube chat because normally you would have to pay £599. But today, because of the good win, because of the nice win, which is running very, very nicely in deep profit, go to the YouTube chat. I'm going to pin one of the discount links and you can join for £199 instead of £599. This is only valid for the next 10 minutes. And after that, I'm closing it down. This is your last chance to join at this price. Also, take advantage of the 75% deposit bonus by ForexC. Link on the below the video. So this was the last stream of 2025. I hope you had a fantastic year. Definitely, we had an amazing last 4 months. This was the easiest trading period of my life, the last 4.5 months. I wish everyone a relaxing and Merry Christmas and see you all next year. This is the Alpha FX.